are coming off the DraftKings NBA Live Final, and our team crushed, placing 4 teams in the top 10. The Run Pure logo was popping in the leaderboard. Run Pure members and employees were arm in arm on this year's leaderboard. JSU led the group with 2 top 10 lineups, finishing in both 6th and 9th place, hauling in over $225K. BigT took 10th place for $67K. Run Pure member and contributor Record 62 rounded out the top 10, finishing in 8th place for $100K. Congrats to RPS member Eden Cohen for also taking home over $17K in the tournament. Our NBA team has been on fire, and you can catch them for free over on our YouTube channel. Just make sure you head on over, subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss when they go live. And you can check out BigT and Stevie on our free NCAA show Thursday through Sunday morning every day this week. Also, sign up today for a premium subscription to Run Pure Sports and take advantage of our promo for a limited time only. Use the promo code PLAYERS33. You can knock 33% off your first payment on a Run Pure subscription. That includes SaberSim plans to take advantage of this great deal to access premium videos, core plays, and projections from the top DFS players in the industry. Thanks again, guys, and make sure you head on over to Run Pure Sports today and take advantage of our great promo before it expires. Find out why all of our members are crushing NBA and PGA by accessing our premium content.
Hey, we're doing a college hoop special for you. I'm pretty excited about this. It's Holden. We got Big T. We got Stevie Boynton. So the A+ team from last year is coming back, trying to help you win some money here for March Madness. It is, if not the best day of the year, it's tied with the best day of the year, because today and tomorrow, ass on the couch, watching college basketball all day. We got the bracket preview is what this is. So we're just going to talk about the DFS slate here. Before we get started, I want to remind everybody we're looking for, what are we getting to? 10,000 subscribers on our YouTube page. And then Hoop said we're going to do a whole bunch of awesome stuff for our viewers. So hit that subscribe button, lower right-hand corner. Hit the subscribe button. It's a little red button with a sideways triangle. All right, Tony, we're not going to screw around here. I'm not going to ask you about all the stuff that's going on at your house right now. I am going to ask you, though, real quick about what's going on at RPS. I know we got Players 33 is the promo code we have right now. What is that, 33% off first payment? You get SaberSim involved in all that and all the sports. You know, we've been killing it in college basketball. NBA is here. Baseball's coming up. MMA, tennis, golf, LOL, all of it, Tony. We got all of it.
Yeah, it's a good time to sign up, too, because the niche sports and stuff like March Madness starting up. Tennis, I think there's I'm pretty sure, major coming, something Susie was talking about. Golf every week, NASCAR every week, MMA every week. This is my favorite time. I mean, obviously, because March Madness is my favorite. But we got all this other stuff, too. The Masters is coming in 3 or 4 weeks, whatever it is now. Tons of stuff, 33% off any package, to your first payment. But today's like Holden said, today and tomorrow, my 2 favorite days, especially with all the Run Pure crew here now. A bunch of rooting. Today's even better because obviously we all play NBA. There's only one NBA game today. So all the focus today, now that golf is locked, is on March Madness, which is fun.
We don't have a show tonight? Oh,
there's only one game, so it's college. Today is Stevie Boynton's Christmas.
I don't even.
It's my one day a year.
For me, it's Christmas. Stevie.
I like it. I mean, Stevie loves college all year. I'm with him now. We're arm in arm the next month or so, whatever it is.
Best, man. Can't wait for Kansas to get upset at some point in time this tournament. So
here we go with your pessimistic bullshit.
Yeah, here we go. But you know what? We're gonna win some money in DFS. Cranky Big T earlier in the. Are you drinking beer?
No, this is apple juice. Oh. I'm not going that hard.
I thought you were chugging flat beer.
No,
all right, Stevie.
I am not going that hard.
All right, before we get into the plays, okay, Stevie, and Stevie's been doing a great job here. I told you about Wright State. And then the second one that we need to get into here, Stevie, is some of the strategies, okay, because a lot of people play NBA. I don't know how much crossover there is there, but let's start with this. There's going to be a lot of blowouts, right? Speaking of my Jayhawks, how do you adjust? Do you play anybody in these games? Do you target bench players? What's the strategy there? And then maybe you could talk about narrowing down your player pool. I mean, we got 32 teams going today.
Yeah, I think it's pretty game and team dependent. In college, different teams kind of treat blowouts differently. You have a team like Kentucky that basically plays 6-7 guys regardless, and then you've got a team like Gonzaga who they've shown us the entire year that when they're up 20, they'll play their bench, and they'll limit their starters to low 20s minutes. Probably similar to how NBA works. Big T can probably talk more about it, but with 16 games, I think you just have to at first just eliminate some games, narrow your player pool, eliminate some teams from games, which is the first thing that I did today. Just kind of trying to narrow the focus and then dial in from there.
Tony, so Stevie said maybe you had something there. How do you cut down your player pool in college basketball? Is it anything like NBA?
No, I mean, well, first of all, in a 16-game slate, we don't get slates often that big in NBA, but yeah, you have to eliminate games. If you try to look at all 16 games, I mean, it's just, especially in college, there's just too many dudes. There's low totals in college too sometimes where you just don't like any plays. I'm sure Stevie will, as we go through these games, there'll be plenty where Stevie will be like, I don't like much from this game. You just have to eliminate. And if you're trying to play 2-3 guys from every game, and even if you got 5-6 teams, you're just spreading yourself too thin too. You have to take some stands, even in this format. And I'm sure we'll do a good job of trying to narrow it down for you as we go.
Yeah, I think if we do every single game, Tony, we're going to be here for about 3 hours. So
yeah, we'll do it quick.
Yeah, we're going to get.
I mean, because I don't have as much input on the players yet either. I'm just going to go with what he says in the projection. So.
Oh, great! You're going to hang out with us. That'll be terrific.
I mean, I'm going to give some commentary, but Stevie's the one that knows all the dudes.
Let's go, Stevie. Let's go. So let's go top tier guards. Then we'll go mid tier guards. Then we'll go some value.
Go game
guards.
by game.
All right, you want to get done in an hour, but we'll go.
We're not going to talk about them all. If we don't go game by game, I'm not even going to not going to know what to say.
Okay, let's go game by game then. We'll do that.
We'll go through it quick. We won't be here that long.
All right. Yeah. All right. Michigan, Colorado State. Let's start there. Hunter Dickinson, obviously going to be a very popular play, Stevie. On Colorado State side, they got Isaiah Stewart, David Roddy. Thoughts on this game real quick. Any plays, and start with Dickinson if there is.
Yeah, so the biggest news at the slate, Devontae Jones doesn't travel for Michigan, so that immediately opens up the best value play on the slate. Frankie Collins, the freshman point guard, is going to start in his place. Kind of tough to see him not paying off here at 3-2. Probably sees a minute floor of 22, 24 minutes with upside for 30 plus. And, this is a slate without a ton of good value. Kind of a tough slate to start us off in the tourney, which helps us who have been tracking these guys all year a little more, I think. But yeah, so Collins is going to be a great play. Dickinson and Roddy are both viable. They're not my favorite spend ups. Dickinson's been hot though. And without Jones, you can see him getting even more usage here in a game that has a sneaky high total. Ken Baum's got it 72-71, which is one of the higher on the slate. So,
all right, Tony, any interest here? Dickinson, the big name. Anything from CSU?
So I realized I want to talk about some betting too as we go, just because I can definitely help out in that area.
Okay,
and I love Colorado State today.
Yep,
Michigan's so freaking overrated. They shouldn't even got in the tournament. Colorado State's kind of been an upstart team all year. Like it might not be incredible, but for Colorado State, I know they haven't been to the tournament, I don't think, in a while.
13 years.
I like taking teams that are pumped to be here. Michigan, I mean, say what you want. They're not as excited to be here as Colorado State is, and Michigan just sucks. So I love the spread's only 1.5. I'm definitely taking Colorado State today in this spot. As far as DFS, though, I mean, the good part about this slate and all the slates for college will be none of them ever start at exactly the same time. So you can kind of just keep working up the list and check it off, and then just keep – you should be checking news and like be in the Discord at Run Pure checking the news, because each time you never know what's going to happen in college. And if you start slow, you can pivot to different spots, stuff like that. Like Stevie said, best value play of the slate, according to him and the projections, Frankie Collins, 3,200. If you haven't played college, and a lot of people, when you get these cheap values, it just opens up the studs, which you want the studs in college because they just are so much safer and upside.
Yeah.
And Frankie Collins does that. The good part is, even if he doesn't do great, you're still fine. He's 3,200 and you're just okay. But if he gets you like 23 or something, like you're just going to have him more than likely with all the studs. 16 game slate. There's a lot of studs on the slate. So for me, I really don't see a ton. I'm playing 150 teams, so I might play some Roddy just a little bit because I like Colorado State. But the rest of the game, I don't like anything besides the Frankie.
And the good thing about Roddy, Tony, is that you can play him at guard. He's their center. So, we've seen that a couple of times where, Gavin always talks about getting double upside in the guard spot. It just gives you more of a ceiling there. So
why does DK always do this where they put the big dudes at guard?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's move on though.
Let's move on. Game number two here. You want to talk betting, Tony? South Dakota State's beating Providence today. Love it. Love this game. 148 is the total. So we're going to get an up-paced game. Providence 2-point favorites. Nobody watches South Dakota State, right, Stevie? Who the hell watches them? And then Providence can't defend the 3. So maybe we can find some South Dakota State value, Stevie?
Yeah, this is, I think, second highest total on the slate. Bunch of good plays in this game. This is a great, tourney stack game. I know Big T likes those. San Diego State, like you said, best 3-point shooting team in the country, and they've scored on some good teams. They scored 88 against Bama. I think they've got 4 guys who are squarely in play. Shireman at 7'6", maybe the best play on the slate. Douglas Wilson is their power forward / center. Really good tournament pivot to Shireman, who I think is gonna be pretty popular. His only issue is that he fouls. Wilson's foul rate's pretty high, so not as much of a cash play, but definitely has upside, and he's playing the better of the 2 of late. So really like him in tournaments. And they got 2 cheap guys who have kind of taken over larger roles as the season has gone on, and they're playing huge minutes now. Zeke Mayo and Charlie Easley, both playing really well. Those are, 2 of the best values on the slate. I think you can play 2-3 South Dakota State guys today. And then on the other side, Providence, their prices are playable too, especially in tournaments. We've got Al Durham at 5'8", has come back and played 2 games in a row with 32 plus minutes. I think his price is good. Nate Watson's a tourney play just because his minutes are volatile. Horkler's safe. Bynum is the GPP guy, especially if AJ Reeves misses here. He's questionable. We'll probably get that news early in the slate, which helps. Bynum's been an awesome tourney play the entire year. So yeah, stack this one up. I've got Dakota State plus 2.5. I think they win outright too. Providence has been a fraud all season. Would be happy to see the Jackrabbits take this one down.
All right, Tony. This is actually kind of a popular upset pick, and I think this, as far as the trendy upset picks for me, this is my favorite one.
He just said what I was going to say, because I actually did a more research than I usually do, just because I haven't followed it as much as other people during the season. And South Dakota State is way too chalky for me betting wise. I'm not talking DFS. I agree with everything there. Betting wise, they're just way too chalky for a team that's a 2-point under. Everyone likes South Dakota State, which means I'm playing Providence, and I actually feel good about it because literally everyone, this is their. So what is the actual seeds? 13-4.
Yeah,
I like Providence for sure. Everyone likes. But the flip side to that is, say 10 years ago, before all the strategies in these brackets started to get more advanced, you could get a huge edge by playing South Dakota State. No one would look at spreads back in the day, and a 2-point spread, no one would do it. But now, everyone looks at spreads, so everyone's going to play them. Providence might be lower picked than South Dakota State, as crazy as that sounds, or close to it.
Right, Steve?
And it's just wild to me.
I
go
will
ahead.
say the last 3 times a 13-4 has been within a 5-point spread. The 13 is won outright.
I believe it. I mean, and I agree. I think they're probably even like a better team just from looking at it. But I'm just kind of reversing the strategy like I like to do.
Yeah.
As far as DFS
Providence,
though, go ahead.
Yeah. I was just going to say Providence is like a 7 seed in talent.
Yeah. No, I mean, I agree with everything Stevie's saying for sure. I think Providence is probably overrated. I think South Dakota State's probably underrated. Just straight numbers for me with too many people going the other way. As far as DFS though, I completely agree. I mean, everything looks good. I like to look at the points per dollar plays in college, and you obviously, if you don't play, you want 4 or 5x, and we got a lot of dudes in that range. So yeah, I'm gonna play definitely pieces from this game, both sides, and I think we're gonna get scoring too, just from the looks of it. So I'm definitely with Stevie there, and plenty of plays. I think Stevie's got, I mean, the most of any game as far as players in the playbook. So check it out.
All right, like button would be great. Subscribe. Hoopus talk about this. Well, we get to 10K, we're having a big party here, and it's not not for the coordinators, it's for the viewers. So free shows. This morning, we're going to do this show. We're going to do it tomorrow. We're going to do it Saturday. We're going to do it Sunday, 10 o'clock Eastern every day. But make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Then you get notifications. And also, again, I believe there's something big going down from Hoop. So we'll talk about that. Stevie, we've got a 133.5 total with Memphis and Boise State. Boise +3. Watched a lot of them in the Mountain West. This game's mad at me. Do you want to do anything with Memphis, Boise State?
Memphis is a team that routinely plays 10, 11 guys. Huge pace down for Memphis. Boise's 305th in tempo. I don't have any interest in Memphis here. Boise, you could play a Kajab or a Shaver just as a one-off, but definitely not a main team. Not much interest in DFS here. I do think Memphis wins this game, though. On Bart Torvik since I think February 10th or something. Memphis, number 2 team in the country since Imani Bates quit the team.
Addition by subtraction, right? Hey, yep. Tony, I don't think me or Stevie's really on this game. Are you digging anything up here?
Man. So it's funny that these games were 2 of the first games, because I think Memphis is pretty popular too, just from looking at it. I kind of like Boise a little bit. I hate disagreeing with Stevie though out of the gate. I hope I start agreeing with some more, because I want to root today. But DFS, I kind of like this Lomax. I played him a few times over the last couple of weeks. He feels good. He's playing so many minutes. I mean, the last time, let me see. 35, 39 minutes the last 2 games. I don't know. 5,200 feels pretty cheap for him, especially against a team like Boise. But like Stevie said, great point. 300 or whatever in tempo, 16 game slate. It's not going to be a core play or anything, but I'm going to play a little Lomax over my 150.
Yeah. I think if you're playing 150, you definitely want him in your pool.
Okay.
Is this Shaver from Seton Hall?
Marcus Shaver?
No, probably not.
No.
Who was that dude from Seton Hall?
This year? I mean,
last year.
Oh, I'm gonna say.
Don't worry about it. I'm sure
we'll be talking about him tomorrow.
Go on to the next game.
I remember Andrew Gaze in 1987 in the Big East tournament. All right, so let's continue going here. That's not going to help you guys whatsoever. Norfolk State, Baylor. Baylor loves to play defense, Stevie. This should be a blowout. Norfolk State. I mean, really, can we dig up any plays from this game?
Yeah, I think so. So
really,
Norfolk State runs a super tight rotation, basically revolving around 2 guys. So this is always something that we run into in the first 2 days of the tournament for DFS. Is you've got these low major teams that are basically revolving around 1 or 2 guys, and DK prices them in a spot where I think you can use them. If these guys were 7K, I would have no interest, but Bryant's 5'3", Hawkins is 4'8". They project well. They play the entire game. Bryant's got nearly a 30% shot rate. In his last 5 games, he has 2 with 20 plus shot attempts. I think Bryant and Hawkins are in play. Both have been hot recently. I'd worry about the matchup, obviously, but their team total is still over 60, which is higher than teams like Longwood and a bunch of other teams later on the slate. So I think you can pick off one. I definitely wouldn't play two on the same team. And then on the Baylor side, they're one of these teams who has really used their bench in blowouts, and they're a little bit thin right now because of injuries. So I would think that Scott Drew's going to try to save their legs as much as possible in this tournament. Especially the studs.
Tony, you want to target this from either betting or a DFS angle?
I mean, so Stevie said it, and this was actually my favorite spot last year in the conference tournaments and tournaments to target these teams that look terrible. We did it in the tournament. I remember the shows still like it was yesterday, where we played these teams, and they're not going to win. Yeah, they're going to get dusted. Yeah, all that. We're not disagreeing on that. First of all, I don't think Baylor's that good this year either, even though they're a 1. But these dudes there's no way this Bryant dude should be 5,300. Like, he should be 7,300. It's just, you look at his box scores, he's going to play 40 minutes. There's just such an edge to play these teams like this that are just going to play their good dudes. And hopefully it does turn into a blowout, because then the good dudes play the even scrubbier dudes from Baylor. So Bryant, Hawkins, and even this Bankston dude, I think you can play all three. Bankston's, he's not going to be owned because he's more expensive. But even him, when you look at him, he's going to play the whole game. He gets in the 30s all the time in fantasies looking at it. I don't like him. I'm not saying he's going to be a core. Bryant, I might play Bryant on every team, like 5,300. I don't see how you fade that at 5,300. He's just a very good play. So I'm with Stevie. I'm going to have these three. I'm not going to play any Baylor guy. The only way I was going to play a Baylor guy is if Stevie somehow liked one of the scrubs that was cheaper that is going to get that secondary run. I'm pretty much not going to play any good teams in big spreads, especially on a 16-game slate.
Yeah, we can play those teams on Saturday and Sunday.
And Hawkins. So Hawkins and Bryant are your guys here, Stevie?
Yeah.
How do you fade these guys? Like, you don't think you can play them both together?
I think you can, just because they're so cheap, right? Like we saw in that Texas Southern Michigan game in the first round last year, I think 3 of those Texas Southern guys got there.
I think that's coming again today.
Yeah. So
these guys are so cheap. 40, like in college, 4,800, like we're happy to get low 20s. And granted, the matchup is tougher, but like Steve said, like Baylor's not going to play all out in this game for 40 minutes. Like, hopefully it turns into if it doesn't turn into a blowout, then better. Our guys have to be doing good. So either way, I love these guys.
Yeah. I guess I was more talking about, like on a main team, I probably wouldn't play 2, but if you're making multiple teams, I could definitely see it. Yeah, definitely.
All right, let's move on. Next game now, Longwood and Tennessee. This is an interesting one from the standpoint. It's an 18.5-point spread. 133 is the total. Stevie, please tell me we can move on from this game. Is there anybody here that we want to target?
So this is a good example of what Big T and I were talking about. So this is Longwood runs through 2 guys, but they're both 7K here. They're not 5,300 and 4,800. So I'm ignoring them. I really like Tennessee in this spot. We saw them against A&M play the super small lineup with Fulkerson and Ziegler over BHH and their other big. So I think they do run the small lineup. I think Chandler and Josiah Jordan-James are good tournament plays here. Not a main team play just because of the spread and all of the games. But I really think that Tennessee scores like 80 plus here. I took their team total over. They're hot right now, and I just think that they destroy Longwood in this game.
Okay. Tony, you want to mess with Longwood? One of the worst teams in the country, from defending the 2, but anything here really?
Yeah, Stevie said it perfect. Like, same type plays. Even the projections are the same. The minutes are the same. Price tag is where it should be, though, for these Longwood dudes. In Tennessee, I don't mind them. It's more of just filler type guys. I know that just whatever that. What do we call him? Triple J, Jordan James, dude. He's been good to me, so I'll definitely play him a little. but definitely no core pieces in here. You can go to them as fillers, though. Like if you land on any of these dudes, really, Ziegler, Vescovi, even Chandler, I think they're all okay if you land on them. They're not my favorites, though. 16, I'd probably eliminate this game if you're looking to eliminate more than a couple games on this slate. Like if I was playing like 3 teams, say, which I'm sure a lot of people are today, I would fade this game for sure if I was playing like 1 to 3 teams.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I was looking at like the afternoon slate, and I like the Tennessee guys more on like those alt slates with less teams available.
Okay. Like button would be great. Then that little red subscribe button in the bottom right-hand corner, hit that. You'll get notified anytime we're going on the air here on the YouTube. And then just so you know, when we get to a certain number, I think it was 10K, Hoop said some cool stuff's going down. So get us up to 2K on that one. Also, the promo code, if you want to hop in right now, you'll get 33% off your first payment. Players 33, Players, Players 33. You'll get all of our sports like we've been talking about. You'll get today. We got cores. We got a playbook for the college basketball. We will be doing these shows live starting at 10 Eastern today, obviously, and right through Sunday. So this whole weekend, the whole first round and second round, we'll be doing shows for that. Plus, not only do you get the cores and the playbooks from all of our sports here and our analysts, you also get access to SaberSim, which is one hell of an optimizer. So, and it's not just that, it's projections too. So make sure you hop on that. Let's get going here, Stevie, because we got Richmond and Iowa. You and I might be on separate sides of this game. I actually think Richmond is going to hang here. Not going to win, but they can hang. And then if you want to go target Iowa's offense. Holy moly, these guys just score at will. Any juiciness from the 12 seed against the 5 seed, Richmond and Iowa?
Yeah, it's second highest total on the slate, maybe third. The good thing about this game for DFS is both teams super condensed scoring. Richmond runs their entire team through 3 guys, Gilliard, Burton, and Golden. They're priced not, as values. So they're good tournament plays. I think you can play, like one on each side here in a tournament lineup. Obviously Iowa's got the best player in the country, Keegan Murray. I was looking on KenPom. His offensive rating is 131.6. The next highest in the country is 123.8. I'm pretty sure 131.6 is the highest ever at KenPom. Just an insane season. He carried them through the Big Ten tournament. His literal only risk is that his coach is a moron and will bench him if he picks up 2 fouls in the first half. But he's not historically a high foul risk. So I love Murray here. I think he's the best spend on the slate. And then you can get to the Richmond guys in tournaments, I think.
I mean, he's just been unconscious. This could be a run like he's not Carmelo Anthony, but Carmelo Anthony, what he did that back in 2003, just the hottest player in the league and just carried his team every single week. Tony, Iowa, high-scoring team, Richmond, any interest?
Richmond's a team I don't like to target. What's the total? What's the total, Steve?
Well, it's the second highest total, but I like
Richmond 151, just because Iowa's going to bring them up. KenPom's got an Iowa 81-72.
Yeah, I like under in this game. I don't know. That total feels high. I know Iowa. I love targeting Iowa too. I've targeted them for forever in their pay. I just think Richmond's going to try to slow it down. Tournament style game where they slow it down a little bit. I definitely like under, and I don't like much from this game outside of Keegan. You can always play him. It goes back to what I said with the value play in the first game. The good part about values is you can play guys like Keegan and Big Oscar and all that stuff, where even if Keegan has a bad game, I mean, he's gonna get you a massive floor, and he could get you 60 if this game stays close. So for me, just Keegan in this game, and I like Richmond too, actually. I think the Big Ten, I'm gonna pound against the Big Ten every game. So I'll take Richmond plus the 10.5. I'll even take Richmond plus 410 on the money line. Screw Iowa.
Wow.
Upset city.
I mean, I like Richmond today. I don't know about that money line.
Yeah, you gotta have marbles.
Big T is throwing marbles, stones out there.
Yeah.
And here you
Screw
go.
Iowa. They got too many whiteys.
Put them away. Yep.
Yeah.
Plus 410. I like it. Steve, let's just go to the next game.
Freaking Bohannon banking in threes. And come on, Bohannon.
Georgia State and Gonzaga, 151 total. 23.5 is Gonzaga's.
By the way, too, one of my buddies is watching the show. He's bringing pizza over. He made fun of me about that when I asked the Seton Hall guy. He said that dude's name was Sandro. I said, I freaking know who Sandro is, you donkey. Don't be that's my dude. I was talking about Shaver. Shaver Reynolds was the dude I was talking about. I don't remember what.
Oh, yeah.
What was the dude's name that I said was that? Who
I don't know, but that's.
I forget.
Yeah.
It wasn't freaking Sandro, though. He plays in the NBA. I know who's He was a hero for Run Pure last year.
Yes,
he was.
I had to clear that up since he's watching. Freaking donkey. Bring us some pizza. Stay out of the DFS lane.
Ooh, like button, hit the subscribe button. Let me ask you this, Stevie, with this blowout a comment for Georgia State against Gonzaga. Is Watson the only play from this game?
For me, yeah. I'm going to wait to play the Gonzaga studs until teams challenge them. That's when we've seen Chet and Nemhard and Timmy just really crush is when they're forced to play 32 plus minutes. They probably win this game by 25, 30. But yeah, like you said, Anton Watson has been coming off the bench in these blowouts, and his fantasy point per minute is super high. So, if he even gets 15 minutes in this game, he can pay off. If he plays 20 plus, I think he can give you, a really good score. It is risky just because his minutes aren't locked in, but I think that he's a really good mix-in cheap play just because there aren't a ton of plays under 5K that we love on this slate.
We got a blowout brewing here, Tony. Do you want to target anything in this game?
First of all, I love the Watson call. These are the type of plays I love to make. Give me a 1 seed that's going to blow out, backup dude that is talented. It's Gonzaga. I mean, he's still talented. So these are the guys I love. I wish he was slightly cheaper, but that's still cheap in college. I'm looking at a bunch of his games, like Steve said. I mean, 27, 25 in these blowouts. If he gets you 27 at 4K, that's just
massive. You're rolling.
Well, one dude though, I kind of Georgia State kind of falls in that bucket a little bit of Norfolk State for me, where Kane Williams, he's not super cheap, but I look at him, I think he could possibly pop off a little bit in this spot. Just looking at him, his minutes, Gonzaga's not going to lock these dudes down anyways. I mean, he's got a 40, a 38. He's got some big games in there. Granted, I know it's a step up in competition, but blowout, I don't think Gonzaga is going to go all out here. I like Kane Williams a little bit as a sneaky play. Again, probably not a core play for me. If he was 5,200 like the Norfolk guy, I'd play him. 62, I'm still going to I like him a decent amount, though, at that price. I think he could pop off as a sneaky play today.
Yeah, my only concern is that, the games where he's really gone off is when he's been like 8 of 12 from the field with 5 steals and stuff. So, yeah, I mean, that's in his range of outcomes, but you're going to have to get something like a 4 or 5 steal game to
what about this other dude? Damn, I just clicked on this other dude. He's got back-to-back 50 pieces. Is Corey Allen?
Yeah, I mean, they just rolled through their tournament. That's why they're in this game. That's why they're in this game.
I kind of like that. I like these
usage is good. I just, like you're playing him at 7K. Like you're
the good part though in tournaments, like no one's gonna play these dudes. So like when they pop off for 50 somehow, like you're just gonna win a tournament.
Yeah, I mean, if Corey Allen takes 20 shots again, then he can definitely pay off that tag.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So Marquette and North Carolina's our next game. Oh, hit like button and the subscribe button too, so you get that. But the next game, Marquette and North Carolina. And I feel like Armando Bacot has got to be a focal point for you, Stevie, for North Carolina today going up against Marquette.
Yeah, Bacot is in my core today on Run Pure. This is the best matchup of the season for Bacot. Marquette on the glass, 330th in offensive rebound percentage, 306 in defensive rebound percentage. I think Bacot probably walks into 15 plus boards here. If he stays out of foul trouble, UNC's been playing 5 guys, their bench is awful. The coach knows that he's going to play his guys the entire game. Baycott's, in a tier below, the Oscars and the Keegans for pricing. I think he goes for 2020 here. And then I think Caleb Love and RJ Davis are in play too, just because they're going to play the whole game. This is the highest total on the slate. The projections aren't awesome on them, but I mean, Love and Davis have 40 plus in their range of outcomes. And then on the other side, mostly just Justin Lewis for me. My only concern is that he's priced super close to, the true studs of college DFS, and I just don't view him in that same tier. But, it's the highest total on the slate. You can bring him back. He's got 14 plus shots in 4 straight games, double upside. I just don't see him with like the 50, 60 plus that, a Baycott or guys like that have.
Okay. Tony, Baycott, big play. I don't know if you want to pivot off of this, but this is a guy that I love today too.
Yeah, I mean, if Stevie says 2020, I gotta love that too. Mm-hmm. I think you can take advantage in these tournaments a little bit, just of, like Stevie said, these dudes are gonna play 40 minutes. The spread's 3, super high total. These dudes are gonna play the whole game for North Carolina, and that's a huge edge to me in a close game. If it blows out and they somehow don't play, then that's fine. But these 3 guys, I mean, Caleb Love and RJ Davis, are not going to be owned. Like, they're just not going to be. The slate's too big. There's no way that they just can't get to double-digit ownership. So
yeah,
you're telling me I'm going to get 40 minutes of these guys, and they're going to be 3% owned, 5% owned? I think you can play 2 of these 3 on a lot of your teams and take your chances, because they look like very, very good plays to me, especially Bacon. I mean, he's one of the best of the slate.
UNC could score like 85 plus here, and they're going to play 5.5 guys. So
yeah, that's a great call. I mean, I don't see really how you don't play at least one of Love and Davis.
Yeah, I like both of them a lot.
Okay, cool. New Mexico State and UConn. Woo! We got some. This is a slow one, isn't it, Stevie? I mean, neither one of these.
This is a greasy one after UNC Marquette.
Huh?
I said this is a greasy one after UNC Marquette.
Yeah, can we just pass on it? Like, seriously, these 2 teams. What are we doing here?
So I will say, New Mexico State's got Teddy Allen, the Nebraska transfer. He's their entire team. He's going to play all 40. He's got like a 30% shot rate on the season. Super, super, super tough matchup, though. He likes to score inside the arc. UConn's a top 5 defensive team inside the arc. So, he projects well. This is one of those chalk guys that I think I'm going to be lower on the field than. It's just a real tough matchup. I have a 64 team total. He's priced. I mean, we just talked about the 2 UNC guards. He's priced in that same range. I could see New Mexico State scoring like 55 points in this game. And if that happens, Allen's going to be a chalk bust here.
Okay. Tony, I'm not a fan of this game from any angle. Can you dig anything up?
I like UConn as far as betting, but I agree with Stevie. Brought up great points. Same price as the Carolina dudes, and yeah, I agree with him at DFS.
Good. Then let's go to St. Peter's, Kentucky. It's the 15 seed against the 2 seed. Tony, these are your boys. 132 is the total. 17.5 is the spread. And Stevie, when I look at this game, Oscar Tshiebwe is going to be a nice play going forward, but do we want to mess with him today?
I mean, I'll never say that you shouldn't play Oscar this year. We've been riding him the entire season. Interesting note on St. Peter's, they're 6th in the country in defensive effective field goal percentage. That's the best ever for a 15 seed. So, you do have that in the back of your mind, and they are good inside, but they haven't played anyone like Oscar. Oscar's going to dominate here. This is another team, Kentucky, that plays 6 guys. So Oscar, Ty, Severe are just going to play the whole game. Really like Oscar here. I prefer Keegan over him 1-to-1 just because of the matchup and the blowout risk. I do think Kentucky just absolutely stomps St. Peter's today. I grabbed them when they were down at 16. I think I saw 18 this morning. And, a couple guys on St. Peter's project well, but I think this is a game where they could score like 50 points and just get absolutely demolished here. And Defo has really good rates, but he's going to be guarding Oscar. I think he gets in foul trouble. He is a fouler. So I'll be fading him at 6,700. So I think it's Oscar and the 2 Kentucky guards, maybe, but I don't know. I don't think I prefer the Kentucky guards to the UNC ones.
Tony, these are your boys. So you got a bet or a DFS play here?
Yeah, I haven't picked Kentucky in a while either. I haven't really liked their teams, but this year they're my pick to win it, and I think they're loaded. And I just love how they're built. They got the best player, the best. He might not be the biggest talent as far as like Keegan is awesome, but like Stevie said, sometimes Keegan, like weird stuff happens too, where he sits too long, just stuff like that. Oscar, knock on wood, has not got in foul trouble pretty much all season. And I think he's learned from all the Huggins issues last year when we loved him at Run Pure. And I just think Kentucky's built for this tournament. I think they just completely dominate today, which means I don't love a ton. I agree with what Stevie said as far as DFS. I'll play some Oscar, of course, just because, I mean, the dude, you just never know. He could get 50.5 or something crazy against a team like this. So not going to fade him, but he's not going to be on my main team either because I do think they blow him out. And, yeah, I think they start strong.
Okay. Yeah, and this is a different Kentucky team too, by the way. This is not a bunch of freshmen here. This is like a bunch of
Cal's going to go this way going forward, I think, too, with these new transfer rules.
Yeah, Bill Self did that.
He's going to just keep bringing these dudes in.
The good coaches are doing that. The good coaches
I've got Kentucky in the championship myself, Tony. So
who are they losing to?
Arizona.
Okay.
Arizona is my team this year.
All right.
They have been since I got the 70-1 in November. That's going to be.
We'll talk about that the next round. We'll go to the Sweet 16 when we do that. Gotta hustle here, pal. We got 6 games.
Olden's on a mission here for us. I like it. I gave instructions, and you're coming through.
Be done with it. I gotta be done.
I got a lot of stuff to do before tip.
Indiana, St. Mary's. I mean, St. Mary's doesn't give up any points. They're giving up less than 60 points per game. They did beat Gonzaga. Stevie, 126 is the total. A hot Indiana team. I mean, maybe you could dig up a DFS gem, but yeah, I'm off of that.
I guess you could play TJD. He just put up 40 and in a similar game, but nothing DFS wise. I think Indiana covers the 3 here. I've been riding them bets wise for about 2 weeks now, and they've been treating me well.
Yep. Tony?
I mean, this is the first extremely easy fade for DFS, I think. Nothing there. And it's the first game where I don't even have anyone in my player pool. But I like St. Mary's. I'm going to fade all the Big Ten. I just think the Big Ten sucks really bad. So I'll take St. Mary's.
I got another game that you can probably fade, Tony. It's Creighton and San Diego State. I mean, if you want to play anybody in a San Diego State game, I don't know why. It's absolute slog.
That's what Holden doesn't ever look at the projections because San Diego State's popping off the page.
Yeah, you can pop it off all you want. You'll get yourself 9 points and 10 rebounds from somebody on that team.
I mean, they got their whole starting fives projected over 4x.
4x.
I bet Stevie likes some of these guys.
Stevie, do you like? This is the eye test, man. I puke when I watch those guys play. The Aztecs are awful to watch.
They only play 5 dudes. It looks like though.
We got a 118 total. I definitely won't have anyone here on my main team. I think you can play Matt Bradley, the Cal transfer, just because he's the entire offense. I think he's more of a play on that late slate, though. Definitely no main plays for here. Kaluma on Creighton's cheap at 5,500. I guess you could play him. He's been getting good minutes. But, yeah, I mean, 118 total on a 16 gamer is not for me.
Tony, I think you like this more now, right? Because we're like, no, we don't like it.
No, I definitely like this game. So I haven't disagreed with Stevie DFS wise yet. They only play 5 dudes. I don't care. I don't care what the totals are as much as other people. If they're only going to play 5 dudes and 2 of them are 4K, I have to play some of these dudes. I'm going to definitely set a rule because the total's low to not have I mean, definitely not 3, but probably not even 2. As far as 1, dude, though, even like this, I don't know. These plays look good to me as far as the numbers and just looking back. Like, let me pull up this. What's this Shireman dude? Let me see.
You're looking at the South Dakota State guys because they have
not
the
San
same.
Diego State, buddy.
I looked at S. Oh, that's what I'm on a completely different thing then.
There's
They have
2
the same
STs today.
I don't even see the other one then.
Yeah, South Dakota State was the one we're talking about, all the value. So I wasn't going to sit here and say, hey, Tony, you know what the fuck you're talking about.
I don't even see the other game on my sheet.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's not that game. I promise.
We do like all of those guys, though.
Yeah, we love the South Dakota State guys.
Yeah.
I literally don't even see the other game on my sheet.
Well, that's good because we don't need to worry about it.
Yeah,
there's no plays in the other game. Maybe that's why it's not on there. Is this the next game?
Tony, you don't like anyone from this game. Fuck this shit.
I agree then, because it's not on my sheet.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there's
Vermont,
2 SDSUs.
I don't see the other one though. I'm rattled here.
You're gonna be fine.
What time is that game at? What time is the game time?
It's a later game. That is going to be, let's see here, in 7:30. Your Eastern time, 7:30. Yeah. Vermont, Arkansas is the next one. Stevie, I'm hearing everybody taking the Catamounts. I love Arkansas. I think they're playing some pretty good basketball. They did. You remember that game last year against Baylor? That was kind of fun, wasn't it? Well, here we go this year. I wonder if there's any plays here from a game with a 139 total, Arkansas -5. And again, the Catamounts are a team that, from a betting side, I know a lot of people think are going to pull the upset. How do you think this game plays out?
Yeah, not me. I'm a huge Arkansas fan. They've played some of the best basketball down the stretch. They are battle tested. This Vermont team has played absolutely nobody this year. I think Arkansas covers the 5. I weighted. I think it opened at like 6.5. So I like Arkansas -5. DFS wise, no one on a main team. I think you could play Note, Jalen Williams, or Amude from Arkansas. But just, GPP sprinkles just because of the price tags. And this is a slower game that I think people realize. Arkansas plays fast, but they have a really, really good defense. So, I've burned my hand a couple of times trying to chase Arkansas games because of tempo. But I mean, KenPom's got this 72-68. So it's not one of the higher expected totals on the slate.
All right. Tony, would you like to chime in on any Arkansas or Vermont players?
No, you guys got me rattled. It's a glitch in this thing, too. I figured out what it is. Whenever I click the SDSU, it pulls both teams up, and it won't stop. I can't get it to fix.
Those bastards.
It's got me freaking rattled right now.
Yeah.
I can't get rid of it now. It's just sitting there, and it brings both teams up.
You better not jam all those San Diego State guys on X.
Switch that apple juice to beer.
I'm extremely rattled here.
Oh, good. Take a deep breath.
You guys got me in shambles here.
Yeah. You're one of the top 3 tournament players in the world. You're allowed to wake up.
No, number 17.
You're not 17. You're not 17.
Luckily, these initials only are showing up once in this game, man. Arkansas has been the team. We've rode Arkansas for Stevie got me on him, but we've rode him for the last month or 2. Definitely not getting off them versus Vermont. But DFS wise, I don't know. I don't really have Vermont. I don't know. I don't like this game DFS wise.
Okay, 3 games to go. Let me remind everybody, let's get to 100 likes. Come on, we're doing a free show for you guys. We're going to be doing it today. We're going to be doing it Friday, Saturday, Sunday, starting at 10 a.m. Eastern, just like this. So hit the like button. And if you will, subscribe button, bottom right-hand corner, sideways triangle. It's a little red box. And again, Hoop was saying, we get to a certain number of subscriptions there's going to be some party time. So I'm looking forward to that too. That's going to be great. Stevie, any interest in the 10-7 matchup? This kind of fun one. San Francisco and Murray State, the Dons taking on Murray State. 137 is the total. There was a pretty good player there last year, if I remember. What was his name, Stevie? That guy that played for Murray State. He's not there this year, but what do you think of them tonight?
Well, they have a better player this year in KJ Williams, he won the conference player of the year. I think this is the best game in like the night window. This will be a good one later. Kind of bummed these teams are matching up against each other because I do like them both. Both have been
Hold
top
on,
30.
KJ Williams is better than John Morant?
Ja Morant was not there last year.
It was 2 years ago?
I think 3.
Get
But
out.
it's been a
Seriously?
minute.
It's been that long?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
It's been at
Um,
least 2. It's probably has been 3.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
It's a long time. I feel like it was just last year. Okay, keep going.
yeah, I think like I would have been happy if San Fran got a 6 seed over like LSU or something, but this is the matchup we got. So the big news here is Misalski from San Fran is out. He's been battling an injury for the last couple weeks. That opens up some possible value in the front court for San Fran. Patrick Tape and Josh Kunin, both 45 or under. I think Tape plays 30 minutes here. He got an early foul trouble last game, played 18 of the 20 minutes in the second half. So I think projections might be a bit low on him. I like him a lot. And then on the Murray State side, their entire offense runs through KJ and Tevin Brown. Brown's more of the shot reliant tournament piece. I think KJ Williams has a monster game here without Misalski there in the middle. And then this San Fran guards are going to play the whole game too. Bouye and Shabazz. I think Shabazz got like a 30% shot rate, scoring dependent guard. And then Bouye at 8K is the more balanced production guy across the board, like the safer play.
Okay.
I think Murray State wins the game, by the way.
All right, Tony, Murray State. What do we got going on here with you?
This game looks very good. I agree with Steve. I thought that dude's name was Tate, but Tape, I like that even better. I played him last time, 4,500. Like Steve said, foul trouble. I mean, you just get so much playing a guy like this at 4,500. What's the total in this game?
I like the over in this game too.
39.
I like the over in this game.
I was gonna say I was expecting to see like 150 or something. Does Murray State play slower than I thought?
Murray State plays slower. They're just super efficient, but they're going to get paced up by San Fran here, which
aren't they like the bottom third in the nation as far as tempo?
They're 246, but San Fran's 89. This total opened at 136. I think it's up to 138 or 139 now.
Yeah, I like this game. I think this game has a bunch of good plays. KJ Shabazz might be my favorite play on the slate. I just 6,700 for him looks so freaking cheap. I like him a ton. Bouye, let me look at Bouye real quick.
This will be the game on that night slate that I stack up in tournaments for sure. After I have a bunch of high noons.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean they're gonna crush in this game. Just looking at these guys, so yeah, I'm in with Stevie on this game. I'm gonna have even on the full slate. I might build 1 or 2 teams with 4 guys from this game or so. Steve knows I like to stack some games. It's a little different on these slates where there's just so many games with different people, but I'll still don't mind 3 or 4 pieces from a game like this.
Okay. So, Steve, you just on a night slate because I want to know for myself who would be the 3 top plays from this game.
Tape, KJ Williams, and then either Bouye or Shabazz.
You like Shabazz a lot, huh, Tony? So that's good.
I freaking love Shabazz. I always fall for these dudes that are in the 6Ks that have shown upside. I always fall for them.
Yeah, I mean, at 6,700, he could take 22 shots,
He could easily get like in the 40s and just I don't know. The one thing though, too, people is like there's going to be some high scores today because there's a lot of underpriced guys. I mean, you're going to need all fire signs for sure on a slate this big. So take some stabs on some spots like this.
We got 2 more games to go. So we've been doing good, boys. Stevie, Akron, UCLA, the 13-4 matchup. Zips, I think the Zips can give them some run here. This 13.5 is a big number. I'm not betting it, but I kind of do like Akron to keep it close. Might live bet this thing. 128 is the total. It's just gross. Is Juzang a play? Anybody from UCLA? Let's start with them.
Don't have a bunch of interest in UCLA. Akron's going to try to play as slow as possible. They're 351st in tempo. They're just going to walk the ball up every possession. So yeah, I think Juzang's price is good, but he's priced kind of, I think people are going to play him because of last year's tournament. He has not been that player. He was not that player the entire year last year before the tournament. I think his price is correct instead of underpriced. So I'll probably fade UCLA here, play him later in the tournament against a pace-up team, because they will run with teams who do want to, but they have no issue, Mick Cronin just, playing in the 120s. Akron's got a couple guys who project well. I think Enrique Freeman and Ali are interesting here. Freeman's got a 31% rebound rate last three. That is so high. He does have some foul risk, but if he doesn't foul, I think he pays off his 6K tag. Ali's their best defender, so he's going to play the entire game. Rates have been solid. He's 5K. I think, Tony, in your 150, you definitely need him in your player pool. Maybe not a main team guy, but I think you got to mix him in. So yes, it sounds weird to, that my two favorite plays in the game are on the team with the 59 team total. But, it's like we talked about before, if Akron was on a slate against someone in their conference, I think Freeman would be like 7,500, 8K.
So Freeman, somebody that definitely stands out. Who are the two guys again? It's Freeman and who else?
Ali.
Ali and Freeman. All right, Tony, give me some love here. Let's go. Let's talk about this game with Arkansas, UCLA, and Akron. And this game really didn't stand out to me, but Steve, you brought up some plays here.
Yeah, I like those two guys. I mean, just looking at their numbers, they're going to play the whole game. They're just solid. They're underpriced. That's where we got to capitalize in the tournament. I know we keep saying it throughout the show, but the pricing is more important than the matchup. The matchup sucks. Don't get me wrong. UCLA defense, Cronin's always been a great defensive coach. Tournament, it's going to play slow, but all of that is trumped by pricing. And if guys are 2K too cheap, even Ali looks pretty cheap. I mean, you just look at his results. The dude is good. I mean, the last, let me just look, 27, 22, 30, 22, a couple more 30s. I mean, the guy just shouldn't be 5K. I know the matchup sucks, but I'm going to play guys like that. I'm going to hitch my wagon in the tournament to guys that are underpriced over the tempo and stuff. Sure, if you get both, which we will throughout the tournament, and that's even better. But if it comes down to price or tempo in a different spot, I'm just going to take the underpriced guys. And I don't know, Juzang, I think he's a good cash type play. I'm definitely going to have him in my pool. I do agree with Stevie, though, that I don't know. The ceiling I don't think's there against Akron. I don't think he's ever going to get 40 or something. I do think he's pretty safe to get you 25 if that's what you want as a filler. I think he'll be very popular because of the price. But I agree with Stevie. I'm not going to play a ton of him. I think UCLA just wins an ugly game. So for me, it'll just be the two Akron guys for the most part.
Okay, we did. We're down to one game, guys. Very good job. Hit the like button. Let's try to.
That was you. That's excellent hosting, keeping us on pace here.
No doubt. Yeah, no doubt. You said you needed an hour. I said let's not fuck around and talk about Draft Cheat getting his ass kicked by Jake yesterday. Really,
we can talk about that on Saturday.
Yeah. Kansas and Texas Southern. You know what? 21.5 points, 145.5 total. Is there somebody from Texas Southern we can consider? Just maybe one player, ATN. And for Kansas, just watching them all season long, I really think Bill Self is going to give Remy Martin some run here tonight. I see that happening again. He wants to get this guy as a part of the offense because it's just a straight up score. It's as simple as that. Stevie, who are the plays from this game?
Yeah, so the issue with Texas Southern here is they play 11, 12 guys. Super deep bench. ETN's definitely my favorite. I think you can probably mix him in. He's coming off a really good game in the play-in game. Just don't be freaked out when he doesn't start because their coach changes up their lineup every day.
Okay.
And then on the Kansas side, I agree with Remy. So he played 26 minutes in the Big 12 championship game. The price is good. I worry about them pushing him in the second half if it's a blowout. He's still coming back from the injury.
He played 26 minutes the other night, buddy.
That was in the Big 12 championship game. This is Texas Southern, though.
Because Self wants to run him. All right. I'm just telling you, Self wants to run his ass out there because he needs him if they're going to make a run.
I know. I'm just saying I have I'm just introducing a concern.
Okay, thank you for the introduction.
Two games in 3 days coming off the injury. If they're up 20 in the second half, I'm not sure if he gets the full minutes. If he does get 25 minutes, he's definitely paying off this tag. I think he's a good play. I just have a little bit of concern with the minutes upside if they're up 70-42 in the second half. As far as the other Kansas guys, it's the same deal. If you've been following my content for a couple weeks, these guys are priced as if Jalen Wilson doesn't have the role that he has now. So like Agbaji and Christian Brown are priced where they are before in a third stud joined the team, basically. So I think they're all priced correctly. I think you can play any one of the 4 guys, with McCormack too. I think McCormack's a better play if Lightfoot is out. He's kind of battling an injury, but definitely not main team plays just because of the blowout.
Okay. Tony, Kansas and Texas Southern.
Yeah, I mean, the only guy in play for me is Remy. I don't know. Like, he looks like a lock if he's going to play, but is he for sure going to play?
I think he gets.
How many minutes, Stevie?
If he gets,
he plays somewhere between.
Is it worth it?
If he what?
Yeah. I think
he gets at least 20 minutes today. I do.
If he gets, if you guaranteed me over 20, I think he's a lock. But I'm slightly more worried than you guys. I don't know.
I just said how worried I was.
Oh,
I think he could play
too.
It sucks because, like, I do think they want to get him involved in a game like this, though, because if they can get him going, he just really helps them. I mean, obviously, as the tournament goes. So I think I kind of agree with Holden where I think they try to get him going, and he's obviously talented. We've seen it in the past. He's so freaking cheap. It reminds me of, God, who's the dude I was just playing on the last show I did with you, Steve? Carr from Carr. Yeah, where he was like 47. Obviously, it's not the same. He's been more consistent. But the price point where the talent is just there for that price. I mean, you're not going to get a guy like that for 4,400 anywhere else. There is risk, though, because, I mean, he could go back to playing, I don't know, 12 minutes or something and then not really doing anything. But I do think I'm going to play him just because of that price. I mean, 4,400, if he somehow gets 25 minutes or something, he's going to crush. And I'm going to roll the dice.
He was the Big 12 preseason player of the year. So,
really? He was so he's fallen that far out of favor.
He got hurt.
He's been hurt.
Bill Self hated him because he didn't want to play defense. But I'm telling you guys. So
he's healthy right now, and he just hasn't been healthy.
He's working his way back, I would say. Like, he's not full health where they're starting him. He's still coming off the bench, splitting time with DeJuan Harris. I think
so the last 3 games he won 11, 19, 26. Does that show that they're ramping him up a little?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm playing him then. You guys sold me. I heard enough. I didn't know he was injured and stuff. I thought he was just in the doghouse.
Stevie, how much?
I like him. I just said I have concerns that if it's a blowout, I think he could play. Like
I want conviction. I need conviction from my guy Stevie.
I like him. I just have concerns.
Okay.
I'm going to play him on Saturday. How about that?
I like it. I like it a lot. Okay. So we're done. We got through the whole slate, guys. I'm impressed. And we did it in 62 minutes. So hopefully you're excited about that, Tony. Let's remind everybody, we will be back tomorrow at 10 Eastern. Tony, I don't know if you're drinking apple juice tomorrow or beer or water.
I'll probably be drinking apple juice every morning. There's a decent chance.
All right. Apple juice every morning. That's wonderful. If you are a subscriber, the playbook's up. The cores are up. Get in the Discord too, the NCAA Discord. And then on the bet side, I always talk to Tony about this. Like, why aren't you bad at the bet side? Why aren't you doing it? JJ's on fire. I started out 3-1 in the tournament. Stevie Boyton's as good as there is. You'll be putting plays in there too. Real quick on the bet side, because this is the time to get in.
Yeah, I mean, I think they do a great job. We even got we got a new dude that's posting a bunch of plays in chat too. F Mills, or what's his name, Freddie. He's been putting some plays in there too. So I mean, we got all kinds of plays. Steve's crushed all year. Dunkel's crushed all year with the bets. I'm gonna get more dialed. I'm not totally dialed yet, but I'm gonna get dialed as this tournament goes on. Yeah, hop on there. We're gonna pick lots of winners. We're gonna get better as the tournament goes. Steve's got the playbook dialed in. I just read the whole thing. Every play that you could think of is in there. Great time to sign up and ride this March Madness wave with us.
Absolutely love it. On your way out, hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to Run Pure Sports YouTube channel. Do it on the bet side too, because you'll get notified anytime there is a show going on. Stevie, who's your number one overall play before we get out of here? Number one, Stevie's hotel room play of the day.
The hotel room play of the day. I mean, I called it 2020 for Mondo Baca. It'd be tough for him not to be the play of the day if that happens.
Yeah. Tony, you want to throw anybody out there for us?
My favorite play was, it shows how much I remember, but the San Francisco guy, what was my dude's name? Shabazz was my favorite play, 6,700. Like him a lot. I got him projected. I bumped his projection pretty good in my thing. So he would be my play, Shabazz.
Stevie, is Baylor Shireman too chalky? Because that's the guy I want to
I'm going to have nightmares about that freaking dude because I was looking at him on the wrong team. I better play him because I got him on two different. He gets two games today, so I better play him.
Yeah. I love that. I love
double header for Mr. Shireman.
He's going to play 76 minutes today.
I like him in 76 minutes today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I think he's awesome. I think Doug Wilson is a great pivot off of him if you're not playing him.
Okay. Great stuff, guys. Looking forward to doing it again tomorrow. Like button on the way out. You saw Tony's deuces there. You got Stevie with the 1989 headphones going on. I'm Holden. Simon, wonderful job behind the scenes. Get us out of here.